Welcome back with me, Axel. Again, this is the gameplay for Hawk, and we are going to test out robots as improved in this version 1.7. So let's get started. And which of these robots that's going to be tested for today? I'm going to have this Squire. I've seen a lot of improvement for this robot, and as well the R1 Hazard. We have not yet seen another visual changes for Hazard, but I think for this Squire we have the newest charging module that has been changed. For the description we have more of the overdrive chance, as well for this one the same for Honeybee. Yes, more or less the same, and I guess well this is it. Let's go for testing out on the several stages. We have this for the first one. Alright, so we have Gambit, Squire and Hazard. So no Legatus or the other robots for today. So just these two robots. Let's see if they will be some kind of help for me. Right, here goes. The Squire seems to be like this. So the new Squire has like 3 way of shooting, straight shooting at the front, and we have the R1 Hazard like this. So all has been improved in terms of damage and especially the visual changes for Squire. So we have yet to see their true power, or probably I'm not sure yet if they are good enough after this change. But for this stage, probably for the earlier stage like this, we have Squire as good as their robot, and we have seen this. Alright. Now for all of these crowds, we have too many planes or other enemies on the screen. So probably having these two robots is not really a good idea. And just to show you guys that these two robots has a chance to help you out on all of these missions. So we have the help for this, the overdrive. Yes, that's an extra overdrive drop. Is that the Squire doing, or probably the other chances? It's just a chance. Well, let's see after this. We are going to do some stages after this. So we have to see yet how the overdrive drop rate is increasing or not. Let's go for the other stage. We are going a lot higher than the previous one. We are on to the capital 144. So this is against the boss, and it's quite risky for bringing up these robots probably, or just getting to help me out for this boss. Here goes Squire Hazard. So they provide you know of the invincibility. So you have to be very careful against all of those bullets, projectiles, anything on the screen. You need to pay attention, as all of these robots doesn't really clear any of the projectiles or even any of those fires, lasers or anything. Right, we have this. Still they are quite good against all of these enemies. We have incoming rockets on sights. Alright, just pass through those flamethrowers. Warning, what's that? And that's a boss. Alright, here goes. I'm just trying to shoot any of the rockets, exploding rockets against the boss. So it seems like Hazard does almost a very tiny damage to nothing against his boss. About the boss, probably only a few robots are able to destroy, not really destroy, I mean it's just to damage. Not really going to do any of the decent damage like the previous versions. So I think that the boss is fully buffed in terms of armor and probably the other stuff like damage. But our planes are getting buffed in terms of armor as well. So that's more or less this fight on the stage. Now let's take one more stage. I'm going to have a different one, probably one of the highest normal stage before the bosses. I don't think that this robot is a good combo against the boss 150. So probably just the normal stage. Yes, they are okay. And if you want to pair them with anything else, any kinds of robots, it's going to be better, I think. Right, here goes. I'm battling with lasers. Just now, lasers versus lasers, and justice. Robot Hazard that shoots. Oops, cannot pierce that barrier, so that's going to be a good, not a good idea against this. Alright, now for planes. Alright, incoming enemies. So many enemies, that's just too crowded. And will Squire be able to defeat even a slight tiny bit of quantity against them? I'm not sure yet. So this Squire is not really that powerful probably on this stage. With the help of any other robots and the other overdrive, maybe you can pass this stage. Alright, here he goes. I'm trying to clean up with Squire or anything. Did you see that? This, oh my goodness, the Queen Fort ability didn't work. So it's really buggy against if you want to push the Queen with these robots. I don't think that it's really recommended. Sometimes the Fort ability is so buggy with all of these robots. I've never seen this kind of bugs before, but at least that's what I found for now. And let's use the overdrive. That's going to help me a bit on this stage as they are not clearing screen robots. It's done. And what do you think about all of these robots? And I think that they are pretty good, but not really going to help you out on especially the higher stages like this, the newest one. But it's not their fault actually. It's the stages difficulty is getting increased. And for now I think Squire is quite good. You have the extra overdrive sometimes. That's just a little chance for me to get more of the overdrives, and Hazard doing a decent damage against the normal enemies. Anyway, this is all of my gameplay for today, and thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave thumbs up as always, and goodbye. The cat is smiling. Smile at me. I'm moving right here. I'm right here, and you're moving right there. I'm right here in front of you, ready to cut you down. Now we got this, the Halloween cat or ghost cats. You're not going to make it. Yes, that's great. Now we have 3 more overdrives for this cat boss.